Churn Risk Customers, the medium level question from the SQL series. So let deep dive in the question. Let's see what the question asks. So we have a single table, the subscription events with some column, and let's see what the question really asks to us. The solution to find churn risk customer: users who show warning signs before churning. A user is considered churn risk customer if they meet all the following criteria. Okay, what is churn? If you know little bit business understanding, so the churn customer are those who come back on the platform after some time. Okay, so they have to identify the churn rate prediction. If you listen somewhere like I am doing the churn rate prediction project, okay, so something like that. So we have some condition like the currently have an active subscription, their last event is not cancelled, have performed at least one downgrade in their subscription history, their current plan revenue is less than 50% of the historical maximum plan revenue. Okay, and the last is the subscriber for at least 60 days. Okay, fine, and the return table order by this. So let's see the test case, how they actually examine the table. Okay, so we have this subscription event table with the, so we have the event ID, user ID, event date, event type, plan name, and the monthly amount. So in output they want the user ID, the current plan, the current monthly amount, maximum historical amount, and the day as subscriber by following these condition. Okay, so let's see, start from very basic, like the current monthly amount, maximum historical amount, and the current plan. Okay, so what we have to extract first, the user ID. Okay, so user ID comma the maximum event date. Why maximum event date? Because we have to extract the day as subscriber. Okay, so we have to find like the maximum date. If you see here, like 320 for the 501 user ID, and the minimum date is 101. Okay, so the difference between these two date is the day as subscriber. Okay, so maximum event date as max date and maximum monthly amount as max historical amount, and the date difference, as I told you earlier, the maximum event date comma minimum event date as the day as subscriber. Okay, and another thing is we have to identify the downgrade count. Why downgrade count? Because they want have performed at least one downgrade count. So until we are not count the downgrade, like the how many times a downgrade come in event type, then only we find the churn risk customer. Okay, so some case when event type equal to the downgrade, then simply 1, else 0, and as we can say the downgrade count. Okay, from which table? From the subscription events, and group by the user ID, because we don't want the repetitive user ID, and with some condition having the date diff should be greater than 60 or equal to 60. Okay, so maximum event date comma minimum event date should be greater than equal to 60. Okay, and one more thing, if you see here, the downgrade should be at least 1. Okay, so the downgrade count should be greater than equal to 1. Perfect. So now see, let run this and check what it written, then later we find all the necessary requirement. Okay, so right now we have the maximum date for each user ID, the maximum historical amount, the day as subscriber, and the downgrade count. Okay, so perfect. Now we have to just follow our rest condition like the 50% and the active subscriber. Okay, so then we find our expected output. So let's make this table as a temporary table. So with CTEs, you can use anything with the ABC 1 2 3, anything with CTEs, because we just naming this table like this output. A collection of this row and column will be a table, and the name of the table is CTE. Okay, so now our task to find the rest thing. Okay, so select the user ID. So now we have to join the subscription event table and the CTE table. Okay, based on the user ID, because from here we only extract the day as subscriber and the maximum historical amount. But for the current plan and for the condition, we have to use this table. Okay, so I am going to join the subscription events table as so as dot user ID, not c dot user ID, because we have to want only those user ID who in the temporary table. Okay, and s dot plan name as current plan. So if you see here, like if you examine what is current plan, okay, if you see in the user ID this, okay, so 501 current plan is basic because the last plan is the current plan. Okay, and the last monthly amount is their current monthly amount. Okay, so that is why we have to join the table based on user ID. Then we have the maximum date from the CTE table, that it match and return the plan name and the monthly amount as well. Okay, so perfect till now. And as dot monthly amount as the current monthly amount, as I told you. And what is next, like the c dot maximum historical amount. Okay, in same order we are fetching all the required out column, and c dot days as subscriber. Okay, so from CTEC join the subscription event table as on c dot user ID equal to s dot user ID. Okay, and on what, s dot event date equal to c dot x date. Why? Because otherwise we have to, if you first value doing by own this query, you have some problem, like there is a maximum, we have to fetch all the like plan name and the monthly amount or the for the maximum event date. Okay, if we are matching like the event date is equal to the maximum date, so it returns some null value as well. Okay, so then we have to handle the null values also if you deep dive in this question while you writing the query. Okay, so that is why we, while joining, we also add one more thing, कि event date is equal to the maximum date only. Okay, so what is happening here, like this date, like the maximum date is the only thing where we extract the plan name and the monthly amount. Okay, and if you see here, our the event type also downgrade. This is not matter, but the basic and the maximum date and the monthly amount is a matter only. Okay, only matters. So next, and apply our condition where the s dot event date or event type is not equal to the cancel. Okay, because we don't want our event to be cancelled as per a question, and the s dot monthly amount is should be less than 0.5 multiply the c dot maximum historical amount. So this is very basic, because we have to find the current plan revenue is less than 50% of their historical maximum plan revenue. Okay, so we are half this maximum historical amount, and if the maximum monthly amount is less than the half of the maximum historical amount, then only we have to extract all these requirement like these. Okay, and another thing, we have to order by this, like c dot days as subscriber in descending order, and the same thing like c dot user id in ascending order. Okay, so now run this and let's see what it return. Perfect. Okay, so if you understand this query, I think, hope you understand this query, and okay, now submit this, and okay, what happened, there is some plan where 501 and input is this, output is this, 504 is not the 75. Okay, we missed something, like the day should be at least 60, 69, and so why this not taking this value as a day as a subscriber for this. Okay, use as a test case. Let's see, run this. What think we miss here? Okay, in this something is like null value and cancel as well. Okay, so start and the last is cancel. Okay, so that is why, like, the maximum date should be not equal to cancel. Okay, so we have to apply this here, like having date max itne and the downgrade is itne, and the maximum event, no, let's see this again.